What lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Hi guys, we just got back from Korea. It was a very busy and exciting week for us. We were there for Korean Blockchain Week. Specifically, we were attending Beyond Blocks Summit. And it was actually a really busy trip. We learned a lot of things, and it was a lot of things for us to do and a lot of people for us to meet as well. So what happened there was this, we took the opportunity to have our first community meetup. And very interestingly, we did it at a local beer and chicken shop. It was a lot of fun. We had people who came along, lots of people came along. We had investors who invested into our pre-sale, come all the way from Australia. We had an energy project out of Europe drop by as well. So it was a good evening for everybody. There was a lot of learnings between everyone, a lot of sharing. We got to talk a lot about each other's projects and also made some agreements to talk about how we could collaborate on these projects in the future. We chose to go to Korea because Korea is one of the biggest crypto markets in the world, and the audience there was very blockchain aware and very familiar with crypto itself. So I thought this was a great place to go to start building a community. And Korean Blockchain Week was really a great time for us to go because it brought together a lot of people with a great interest in the community itself. At Korean Blockchain Week, we were at Beyond Blocks conference. It was a very interesting conference. We met a lot of very interesting people there. A lot of different projects from exchanges through to logistic and even fulfillment, blockchain, some energy projects as well. And we got to talk to people in AI development also. So out of all these conversations, we made some agreements to catch up again and figure out how we could actually collaborate together to express better solutions for each other. During this event also, we started giving away this copper token. This is a pure copper token that we made for our community. We used it in Korea as a giveaway to incentivize and grow our community, get people to come on board and join our Telegram group. So we created a new Telegram group, Electrify Korea, and that was specifically for our Korean community, and that's actually gotten quite good traction. We've got a couple of hundred people inside there already, and within that group itself, we had a number of the bloggers that came to the show to interview us and talk to us. Within the group too, we've got coin sites and Dasom, and to date already the interview that she did for us, we've got about 15,000 plus views on that video alone. So we got a lot of good traction, a lot of good mileage out of the trip into Korea. While in Korea, we were also invited to present at the official meetup for Korean Blockchain Week. It was another very good event where we presented to over 200 crypto investors and media as well. Out of that came some very good interviews with some of the publications locally, like we were featured on Chosun. They were very interested. Chosun is one of the largest circulating newspapers in Korea itself with I think 1.8 million subscribers. So we got a very good story from there also. There was a lot of interest from the community that listened to our pitch and heard our idea, what we're trying to build. And out of there, a few good conversations from some of the other consultants who were at the event too. So there's definitely room for us to develop more into Korea and to explore some of the other opportunities that were presented to us from that event. A couple of takeaways for Electrify as well as on my personal basis. For Electrify, Korea represents a really interesting market. What we saw really was that this was a market that was very crypto aware and very willing to explore blockchain as a viable solution for a number of things. For instance, KEPCO, that's the Korean electric power company, they were actually already in development of a blockchain solution that they're going to deploy and test out for peer-to-peer energy trading. And it was really interesting when we found that out and we were talking to some parties about it. They actually, from what we found out, they actually had a 3-year timeline to do full deployment, which is incredible. It's great to know that there's support for this kind of project in Korea for blockchain at such a high level. On a personal basis, I think what I took away most was how different the communities were from what I saw from other events in other places. The Korean community had a much more retail-driven mix. At other shows, for example, you saw a lot of business people or business or investor-related people at these events. But at the Korean event, we got to see a lot more people from different walks of life, much broader spectrum of people attending the talks and so on, which is fantastic because that implies that there's a wider acceptance for what crypto can do and what it can deliver and the kind of good it can bring to society as a whole. So I think that's actually a very, very positive thing, and we're looking forward definitely to going back to Korea again for sometime soon and work hard at building that community up and getting more interest for our project and hopefully get some traction on the ground with some other power companies in Korea itself for Electrify. And over at Electrify, we have a few interesting updates too. Julius was involved with the Forbes Under 30 Summit in Hong Kong. We carried out a few different interviews with a number of different parties, notably with the Economist out of London, with Bloomberg out of Tokyo, as well as a Wall Street Journal from Seoul itself. And interestingly enough, we've got some updates on our software side. We're moving now into the next phase, where we're preparing for the alpha test phase for Synergy. In the last few weeks, you saw us announce the MVP for our PowerPod. The hardware is ready, it's been tested, it's running, it feeds in well into our data visualization backend, and now we're moving forward into building the Synergy trading platform itself. The alpha test phase should start over the next, after the next 2 months. We're targeting for it to start in October itself. So stay tuned, we'll get more updates over to you and we'll give you more details on what's been scoped for the alpha test. Right, so thanks guys, and have a great week.